cholesterol is a repair mechanism, it's not actually a bad thing. It's actually healing up the damage in the blood vessel. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about a really common problem in cardiovascular health, and that is high cholesterol. But first of all, let's talk a little bit about what cholesterol is and why your body makes it in the first place. It actually does a lot of things for you. So cholesterol is not bad. It's actually very beneficial. It helps your body heal internal wounds. It helps with your brain function. It also helps you make a lot of your hormones. It's the raw material for your hormones. So cholesterol is great, but when we have too much cholesterol, then that usually means that there's going to be some problems in your body. And cholesterol itself is actually the result of those problems. We were talking earlier when we were talking about high blood pressure, how cholesterol actually can help form a scab to heal wounds in the arteries themselves. So in this case, cholesterol is a repair mechanism. It's not actually a bad thing. It's actually healing up the damage in the blood vessel, and that damage is what's bad. It's not the cholesterol. Cholesterol is trying to help heal it, but still it can get in the way, especially if you have a lot of that damage. Then building up those scabs, building up those cholesterol patches that are trying to help you heal is actually putting more pressure on your blood vessels and creating these blockages. So the most common cause of that internal damage is from eating foods that themselves are damaging. And one of our foundations here is nutritious food. And so this is going to lead into some of the actions that we're going to take to help bring cholesterol levels back into a more balanced place. So the first thing we're going to talk about is reducing processed food from your diet as much as possible. So this includes all of the snack foods, the things that come in boxes and bags. This includes food from fast food restaurants, and honestly, most sit-down food restaurants are in the business of selling flavor and enjoyment, and that's important, and we love that about restaurants, but it's exactly the opposite of what we need for optimal nutrition. And so the food that you're getting at restaurants is designed to be super flavorful. It often has extra sugar, extra fat, and extra salt. And the biggest issue at restaurant food is, and also at processed packaged food, it has to do with the oils that they use to cook these. So particularly when we're talking about cholesterol, these types of oils, and the oils we're talking about are the vegetable oils. So the soy oil, the corn oil, the canola oil, the cottonseed oil, these polyunsaturated fats, these generic vegetable oils, all of these cause inflammation. This is like the main cause of inflammation in developed countries. And what they do is they cause damage inside your body, especially in our blood vessels, which is the biggest driver of your cholesterol going up. So if we can reduce the amount of these processed foods containing these bad oils that we eat, we can make a huge difference. And starting at home is great. If you can use olive oil or coconut oil, avocado oil, or even palm oil, or even butter or lard when you're cooking or preparing your meals, that can be fantastic. This is a great thing to do, but you have to recognize processed food, stuff that comes in a package, stuff you get at restaurants. It's usually prepared or cooked or contains those problematic oils in it. And that's usually where most of us are getting them from. And even at Whole Foods, which is like the mecca of healthy food, most of their foods in their hot bars have canola oil in them. So a great idea is if you're able to cook your own food, it's much easier to focus on these healthier oils. You're putting in the coconut oil, you're putting in the avocado oil or the butter. And again, if possible, add more vegetables to your diet. Vegetables, fruits, berries. These are not just healthier in terms of food, but they're also providing your body with the tools and the phytonutrients that we need to reduce inflammation and heal the damage. And again, it's fine to do frozen vegetables or frozen berries. They're often more affordable, they're easier to prepare, and they're not going to provide as much waste. They're not going to go bad. And one of the foods that can really make a huge difference in this area in the ones that you want to introduce into your diet include some small, usually cheap, fatty fishes. So I'm thinking of those sardines, herring, anchovies, these little fish that come in a can. They usually have a really good fat profile in them. They have what's known as omega-3 fatty acids, and these are anti-inflammatory fats. And we really want to get omega-3s in our diet. You can also take a supplement with omega-3s. You've probably heard of omega-3s, and the reason why they're beneficial for us is that they balance out the inflammatory fats, the arachidonic acid, the polyunsaturated fats, these vegetable oils, these bad fats that we were just talking about. And so if you can eat a serving of sardines or anchovies or fatty fish like salmon, and then you can do that a few times a week, it can really go a long way in providing your body with these protective, healthy fats. That's a really great way. Plus, you get food out of it, right? You're getting protein, you're getting a whole bunch of minerals in there that are all super helpful. So that's why I prefer eating the small fish as opposed to taking omega-3, but if that's all you have access to, that's completely fine. And then, of course, it's impossible to avoid these processed foods all the time. So there are some herbs that can help your body to heal the damage more effectively. So we can use plants in addition to the dietary change. So one of the herbs that can help with cholesterol is garlic. Now, garlic is something that's very common. Most of us are familiar with and have eaten garlic in our diets. You might have some in your kitchen right now. And with garlic, what it does is it actually helps to repair some of the damage that happens inside your arteries, some of the damage that these processed foods, these bad oils are doing inside your cells. And so therefore the body doesn't require as much cholesterol to be made to repair that damage. So garlic is wonderful for having lower cholesterol levels. Now with garlic, you can eat it raw, you can cook it in your food, you can put it in spaghetti sauce. You can also make something that I love called garlic pickles. And all you need to do is take some garlic cloves, peel all the cloves, put them in a mason jar and cover it with apple cider vinegar. And then you'll set that aside for about 2 weeks. You can shake it a few times. And what it does is it actually creates these pickles, pickled garlic in a sense. And it makes it easier to eat, less of a sting, less of a burn, takes away some of the heat from the garlic, so it makes it more palatable, but also it is a wonderful way to get garlic in your diet. Of course, you can do chopped garlic in recipes. It doesn't matter for the benefit as far as cholesterol is concerned, whether you have your garlic raw or cooked. So just get it in your diet however you can. If you like the garlic pickles, that's wonderful. They do work for even people with sensitive stomachs. One thing with garlic is important to note that if you are on a blood thinning medication, you will notice that you might bleed more easily if you're consuming high doses of garlic. Now, I'm not one to say ask your doctor before eating real food, but if you are on a blood thinning medication, it's also a good thing to note that garlic can sometimes also thin the blood and make you bleed more easily. So you can always just check with your doctor, let them know that you're going to start eating more garlic than normal. But in most cases, you're going to be safe. So garlic, again, is a great way to lower your cholesterol. Just make sure that your whole family is eating garlic so you don't have garlic. I'm Italian, so I love garlic. Another one is parsley. So parsley, we talked about with helping for hypertension. Parsley is wonderful because it's so accessible, so readily available. You can eat it like a vegetable. You can put it in salads. You can chop it up and cook it into your meals, or you can do it as a tea if you don't mind the flavor. So parsley is, again, going to help to repair and prevent some of that damage that can be done inside the artery walls that can require cholesterol to come repair. So cholesterol doesn't have to come to the rescue, therefore your body produces less cholesterol. Now again, with parsley, as we mentioned before, it can also have a positive impact on blood sugar, meaning it can lower your blood sugar. So if you are somebody who is taking medication for diabetes, you may just want to monitor your blood sugar on a daily basis if you're consuming a small dose of parsley. So with parsley, about a 1/4 cup per day or 3 to 4 cups of parsley tea is going to be a great dosage for you in controlling cholesterol. However, again, it can lower your blood sugar to a level that may require an adjustment in your blood sugar medication, and adjustment down, meaning you'll be taking less medication, which is always a wonderful thing. So those are two very accessible herbs for controlling cholesterol. And a third one is hibiscus. So hibiscus, you may be familiar with the bright red plant hibiscus that is often made into teas and iced teas. And it is a wonderful kind of sour flavor. Hibiscus actually is wonderful antioxidants that give it that bright red color, and these antioxidants are basically plant chemicals that help to prevent the damage that is being done by all those processed foods and other things in the environment and stress. And so therefore, having less damage, preventing damage requires less cholesterol to act as the repair. So therefore, it will lower your cholesterol levels. Hibiscus tea, it's like I mentioned, it's a little bit sour. You can drink it hot or cold. You can also eat the hibiscus plant, the actual flower. It's called a calyx, so it's not actually the petals, but it's the bright red inner fruit of the hibiscus plant. And you can eat that dried. It's like a fruit leather, so you can put it to edible flour, so you can put it on cupcakes or things like that, but that's not going to really benefit you, so don't do the cupcakes because we don't really want to add in sugar. However, with the tea, like I said, it's a sour flavor, so it does pair well with other sour flavors like lemon or lime. You can also add some honey if you want it sweet, but if you can get used to the flavor of the sour hibiscus tea, it can be quite wonderful. So those are 3 herbs that can help with lowering cholesterol. And then of course we have our lifestyle practices. So we talked about nutrition. We also want to talk about movement. So movement, getting some exercise into your day that stimulates blood flow, that strengthens your muscles as well as your blood vessels, making them more flexible and pliable. It actually also helps to deliver more blood into the different areas inside your blood vessels to help bring nutrients and antioxidants to help repair the damage. This all is going to help to spare the cholesterol and to help your body to produce less. So I'm getting regular exercise, going for walks, doing calisthenics, doing yoga, playing a sport, dancing, whatever makes you happy, whatever you can get into your day. And a little is definitely better than none. But of course, just going for a walk, walking your dog, walking around your block, even walking around your house is going to be beneficial here in lowering cholesterol and helping you have less negative effects from cholesterol. Also, getting movement in your day also helps you to sleep better at night. And sleep is another foundational aspect of health that is so important when talking about repairing damage in the body. And so having proper sleep is going to help your body to better deal with all injuries and all damage to your body, but especially the damage to your blood vessels. So getting at least 8 hours of sleep, beneficial sleep, is going to be so important in lowering your cholesterol. So we have diet, we have stress reduction, we have movement, we have sleep, and we have some wonderful healing herbs to help us. And just remember, cholesterol in and of itself is not a bad thing. It's actually super beneficial for our brain function, for hormone balance, and for repair of those damage in our arteries. We just want to keep it in balance, and we want to do the things that are going to help our body to not have to make it. So we're going to help our body so that it can have manageable levels. And these are just a few things that you can work on. So I hope you enjoy this lesson today. We will be covering some more common health elements in the rest of the sessions. And then we'll also be going more deeply into protocols and natural medicine for common health ailments. So if you have any questions or you'd like to reach out to me, please feel free to do so on my website, glownaturalwellness.com. That's glownaturalwellness.com. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Take care.